So, good evening once again. Good evening once again. I'm back. All right. So, as I said earlier, my topic says conscience and prayer. You know what prayer is, so we don't need to go there. I want to talk about conscience. It is through the conscience that we communicate with God, and therein lies the battle. You know, your flesh and your soul, they don't want to pray, but the spiritual man must pray to survive. If you are a spiritual man, prayer is the key. Men ought always to pray and not to lose heart. You must pray always. Pray without ceasing. It's very important. But the flesh and the soul are always very weak. They don't want to pray. The flesh is always weak, but the spirit is always willing to pray. That's why a spiritual man must always pray to survive. You see, that's it. See, prayer should not be a matter of first choice. Prayer should be a matter of first choice. Some people will tell you that prayer should not be a matter of first choice. It should be a matter of first choice. A spiritual man must get to his knees before he gets to his feet. Very important. So prayer should be a matter of first choice. So prayer should be a matter of first choice, not the second one. Okay? Very, very important. Prayer should be a matter of first choice, not the last chance. Not when you like. Prayer is a must. You must always pray. A spiritual man must always pray to survive, because prayerlessness is a sin. More prayer, more power. If you want prayer, more power with God, you must learn to pray. A prayerful Christian is always a powerful Christian. A spiritual man must always pray to survive. That was why when Paul said that men always ought to pray. We should always pray without ceasing. We should always pray without ceasing. Pray without stopping. You should pray constantly, every day. Okay. Far be it from me that I should cease, that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you. You see, that was what Paul says, that we should also pray for people. We should pray for people. We should pray for our people. 1 Samuel chapter 12, verse 23. Far be it from me that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you. We should always pray for others, not only for yourself. Don't be selfish in your prayers. Pray for others as well. Make sure you pray for your people, pray for your families, pray for your friends, even for your enemies. Pray for them. It is very, 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 very important. Yeah. A problem for many of us is that we pray from our mind rather than from our spirits. We should always pray from our spirit, not from our mind. So I will tell you I'm praying from my mind. It's not correct. Not only will your flesh and soul resist praying in the spirit, but even more so fasting and prayer. Your soul and flesh can even resist prayer and fasting. Your flesh will not like to fast. When we call for fasting, your flesh will say, no, I don't want. I can't. Fasting and prayer crucifies King's stomach. When you fast and pray, you are crucifying the stomach. You want to discipline your stomach, you fast and pray. There are certain things, some prayers that need fasting and praying. You need to go to your knees and pray and talk to God. You fast, you abstain from food. Discipline yourself, discipline your body, discipline your stomach by going into fasting and then praying. You can bind the devil, you can bind the shackles, you can chain the enemy when you are fasting and praying. If you are fasting and praying, you are dangerous to that enemy. You are dangerous to the devil himself. The devil can't near you when you are fasting and praying. See? So fasting and prayer crucified King Stomach and releases supernatural atomic bomb with God that Satan does not want you to discover. You see, when you are fasting and praying, you are dangerous to the enemy. You are dangerous to every attack of the enemy. You see, when you are fasting and praying, you see that there are certain things, there are certain supernatural powers, supernatural atomic bomb that is being released with God that Satan wouldn't even want you to know. Satan wouldn't want you to discover that. So when you are praying and fasting, you are so dangerous to the enemy that they cannot near you anymore. Witches and wizards will see you and flee. They can't come close. You see, so fasting and prayer releases a supernatural atomic bomb with God that Satan does not want you to discover. In Matthew chapter 17, the disciple asked Jesus why they could not cast out demons. The disciple asked Jesus why they could not cast out the demons. I know you know it. Jesus said that this type can only be done through fasting and prayer. That's it. There are certain prayers you want to pray. There are certain things you want to do. You want to cast out demons. You want to deal with some supernatural things, some spiritual things, attacks. You need fasting and praying. You need to add prayer and fasting. Not only prayer. Prayer is powerful, but when you add fasting, it matters. It does great works. When you are fasting, your enemies are in trouble. Your enemies are in trouble. They can't stand you anymore. But by that time, you are dangerous to every attack of the enemy. You can destroy the undestroyable. You can change the unchangeable. Your prayer will be so powerful that when you release them, it will be an atomic bomb. It will be an atomic bomb that the enemy cannot stand. That's the power we have. There is power in prayer. There is power in prayer. When you are fasting and praying, your prayer can open the gates of heaven and close the gate of hell. Because you are supernaturally powerful. I advise you sometimes take time, go into fasting if you can. Jesus told them, look, you can't cast out this demon like that. You must do fasting and praying. This one doesn't go like that. You want to cast out demons ordinarily? No, it doesn't go like that. You must fast and pray. Even when you don't want to fall into temptation, you should also fast and pray. When you are fasting, brother, the devil himself is in trouble. Your enemies are in trouble. They can't come close. So I advise you go into fasting sometimes. Then Jesus told them they wanted to cast out demons. They couldn't. When they came to the master, they said, Master, we couldn't cast out the demon. What was wrong? Why? Then Jesus told them, this kind can only be done. This kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting. This can only go away by prayer and fasting. So, do you want power with God? Fast and pray. Do not give in to the flesh. God wants you to have a life without limits. You want power with God? Fast and pray. Do not give in to the flesh. God himself wants you to have a life without limits. And you can have it, but only if you follow the voice of the Spirit. God wants you to have a life without limits. You can only have it when you follow the voice of the Spirit. If you walk in the Spirit, you will not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. You are blessed. You are blessed. Fast and pray. Fast and pray so that you don't fall into temptation. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I know you are blessed.